Today's question comes from Dennis in Washington. My friend and I started a paint contracting business. This year we've already earned $1.4 million with $500,000 as net profit. We're worried about tax season because we've never experienced financial success like this before. Our accountant recently told us we need to make some expensive business purchases as write-offs, and my partner wants to buy a truck for cash. I really don't want to spend thousands of dollars for potential small tax savings. What is the real wise thing to do?
Fire your accountant. Right now. He's an idiot. I'm serious. Accountants that can't do math should not be employed. This just pisses me off.
They're saying spend a bunch of money to save a little bit of money.
Well, let me explain to you how this works, okay? If you go buy a truck, you do not get to write the truck off and save the cost of the truck in taxes. Let's say you have a $50,000 tax bill, so you go buy a $50,000 truck. It does not work that way, honey. Your accountant's a moron. All right? So what happens when you buy a $50,000 truck is you get to depreciate that truck over 3 or 5 years, depending on what type of schedule you put it on. And as you depreciate it, let's just say we put it over 5 years, so the math's easy. On my $50,000, that's $10,000 a year. Oh, by the way, you don't get $10,000 off your taxes either. You get $10,000 off of your taxable income. And so if you're in a 30% bracket, it saves you $3,000 this year to buy a $50,000 truck. Your accountant is a moron.
That math doesn't add up. You don't need to be a
You
mathematician.
trade $50,000 for $3,000, you're a moron, okay? That's just straight up. That's just an idiot. Now, here's the thing. If you go buy business equipment that you actually use in the business, most of it is going to be on a depreciation schedule of some kind. Under some cases, you can write the whole thing off in 1 year. Maybe it will, depending on what Biden has done with the Trump tax stuff, you may be able to write it all off in 1 year. But even then, $10,000 write-off for a $10,000 expense saves you $3,000 on your taxes. No, you don't need to go spend money to save on taxes. You're just going to pay some taxes, honey. You became very successful. I'm sorry.
It sounds like they should have just been putting that money aside, knowing.
I'm guessing they haven't been doing quarterly estimates.
Yeah.
This is all their accountant is a moron.
This all happened to this year. So this is all new to them, but, taxes aren't new. They've been paying taxes since they've been working, so they've got to find a new tax
If your partner wants to go buy a truck for cash, you should do that with the money that he takes out of the business as his share of the profits and get ready to pay taxes on it. Do not buy things for your business to save on taxes. Only buy things for your business that causes your business to become more prosperous. Now, if you have some legitimate things you can invest in that cause you to make even more money in business, let's always invest in those. But we didn't do that for tax reasons. We did that because we're going to make more money on the item we purchased than the item cost. That's called a return on investment, and that's what you do in business. You don't put money in anything else. But there is no situation in tax where if you spend $1, you save $1. No. If you spend $1, you save maybe a quarter. Maybe 3 cents. Possible exception would be if you spent some money on a new accountant who can do math. And that might be a good return on investment.
Can you write that off? That's the question.
Have I been unclear about accountants who can't do math? Any of you CPAs and accountants who tell people to go run up their expenses in a business in order to save on taxes ought to have your butt kicked up around your neck. It's ridiculous. When you people running businesses start doing stuff just for taxes, you about to be out of business. When the lawyers and the bean counters run your business, you are screwed. You have to make decisions that are business decisions.
I'm guessing these are the same people that buy things on their credit card, on their business card to get the rewards. It's the same mentality of I'm going to spend $10,000 to get $200.
My favorite one was my friend who's an electrician. The irony of this never has been able to escape me. His idiot accountant told him that it was okay for him to buy a houseboat and write it off as a business expense. Now, there's no irony here that we're talking about a boat with electricity, right? An electrician with a houseboat. But I'm trying to explain to him, Junior, it's not a business expense. That's not his name. His name's not Junior. But I'm like, good Lord, Bubba. I mean, you understand? He said, well, I'm going to have like business parties on it. I will entertain customers. How many days a year? 2 days a year. Okay, you can actually depreciate 2 365ths of this houseboat. And you can write off the booze that you bought for the party. And that's it, Bubba. That's it. Your accountant is a moron. Oh, my God. This is so freaking stupid.
Yeah, the fraction on that hurts my brain. It's so little.
It's, yeah. And it's just, and it's an electrician buying a boat with water and electricity. That just always, it's just bothering me. But yeah. But yeah. Oh, this is something we get with EntreLeadership all the time. Business people who are smarter than their accountants, smarter than their lawyers, start taking orders from people that are dumber than them.
Got to put people smarter than you around you.
No. Go to RamseySolutions.com, click on ELP for taxes, get you a new tax person that can add. Can you tell it bothers me a little bit?
You're a little riled up there, Dave. I'm not going to lie.
Bothers me a little bit.
But I like the fire today.
It's
Well, business stuff especially riles you up. You've been in this business long enough, 30 years.
And I've been helping small businesses with EntreLeadership. We've been tens of thousands of them for decades, and I just love small business people. And this young guy, man, they went out and they kicked butt. They are absolutely killing it, man. I mean, they're wearing it out. $1 million in revenue in the first year. $500,000 in
paint contracting. That's a lot of painting.
Profit. And what happens to a wonderful young guy like this? Yeah, just out of control, man. It's absolutely out of control. You just can't live that way. So, no, you make all business decisions on economic values, not on tax law. Whatever tax law happens. Now, you can do a few things here or there on taxes. You may want to push some expenses into December, too late now, if you're on a cash basis accounting system, so that you can get the write-off in last year. Looks like Biden's going to change capital gains, so would have been a good idea to dump some capital gains stuff last year. You can do some tax planning around some things, and you should do that. You should be wise about this. But this idea that we're going to run up expenses in business to save on taxes just exhausts me.
You done riled them up, Dennis. You done riled them up.
This is The Ramsey Show.